Is Pan-Africanism just a catchy phrase, or are African leaders genuinely committed to it? Recent events in Ghana raised doubts about the true intentions of some leaders. Let's take a closer look at Ghana's president, Nana Akufo-Addo, who claims to follow the path of Pan-Africanism, but seems to diverge from it in practice. While Akufo-Addo emphasizes unity, empowerment, and a black renaissance on the global stage, the reality at home tells a different story. Ghana, known for its cocoa and vibrant kente cloth, has recently faced a contrast between the inspiring Pan-African speeches of its leaders and the disappointing realities on the ground. It's like being promised a feast but receiving only a snack, not what was expected. A notable incident occurred when Ghana's president cancelled an important Pan-African rally. This raises questions about his ability to connect with the sentiments of African people. It's a common occurrence for politicians to make promises, but actions speak louder than words. In Ghana, the commitment to Pan-Africanism appears more like a political accessory rather than a genuine dedication. Pan-Africanism is fundamentally about unity, recognizing that together we stand strong and divided we fall. However, recent events in Ghana suggest a different picture. Empowerment is another key aspect of Pan-Africanism, focusing on lifting each other up and providing equal opportunities. Yet, the reality at home seems to be more like a pyramid scheme, where only a select few succeed, while the majority are left wondering what happened to the promised ladder of progress. The gap between rhetoric and action is not just a crack. It's a chasm that endangers the dreams of those who believe in the vision of Pan-Africanism. It is essential to hold our leaders accountable rather than simply pointing fingers. If Pan-Africanism is more than just a buzzword, our leaders must demonstrate it through their actions. Ghana, with its rich history and vibrant culture, deserves leaders who embody the ideals they speak of on the global stage. It is time to bridge the gap between rhetoric and action, turning promises into tangible progress. After all, Pan-Africanism should be more than a slogan. It should be a reality that every Ghanaian and African can proudly embrace. The sentiments of Africans have been hurt by President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana, who claims to be a champion of Pan-Africanism, but fails to live up to his ideals. A Pan-African rally was scheduled to take place in Ghana, featuring influential figures such as Dr. Arikana Chihamburi, Julius Malema, and Professor P.L.O. Lumumba. The goal of the rally was to address significant issues facing the continent and challenge the status quo. One would expect the president, who often advocates for Pan-Africanism on the global stage, to play a prominent role in this rally. It would be the perfect opportunity for him to showcase his commitment to the cause. However, instead of embracing this chance to make a difference, President Akufo-Addo seemed to shy away from the spotlight. Dr. Arikana Chihamburi, Julius Malema, and Professor P.L.O. Lumumba were prepared to unite and make an impact at the rally. But a lineup alone is not enough to create a meaningful rally. The leader of the country should have stood alongside them, ready to tackle tough questions and lead the charge for change. Pan-Africanism goes beyond mere appearances on the global stage. It is about making a real difference where it matters most, at home. President Akufo-Addo, with his eloquent speeches and international charm, missed an opportunity to demonstrate that he is not just about rhetoric, but also action. A Pan-African rally is not a mere photo op or resume booster. It is a chance to actively address issues, challenge the status quo, and pave the way for a better future. The president's hesitation to fully embrace the Pan-African rally raises concerns. Is his commitment to Pan-African ideals merely a political facade that he wears when it suits his agenda on the global stage? The cancellation of the rally has led many to question his claims about Pan-Africanism. Despite the cancellation of the rally, the speakers scheduled to attend held a news conference. The lineup of speakers, including Dr. Arikana Chihamburi, Julius Malema, Professor P.L.O. Lumumba, and Peter Obi, a heavyweight in Nigerian politics, brought together a powerhouse of voices representing the diaspora, South Africa, East Africa, and Nigeria. In conclusion, President Nana Akufo-Addo's actions, or lack thereof, have cast doubt on his dedication to Pan-African ideals. The cancellation of the rally and his reluctance to fully embrace it raise questions about the sincerity of his commitment. Pan-Africanism should be more than just talk. It requires action and a genuine dedication to addressing the issues that impact the African continent. A formidable force of leaders in Pan-Africanism was assembled, ready to confront the challenges facing the continent head-on. Dr. Akura, with connections to the diaspora, brought a unique perspective that emphasized the global reach of the Pan-African movement. Julius Malema, an authority on South Africa, contributed a wealth of knowledge and experience. Professor P.L.O. Lumumba, the voice of the East, provided wisdom and insight deeply rooted in the region. And let's not forget Peter Obi, a key player in Nigerian politics, whose influence and experience made him crucial to the lineup. Together, this diverse group symbolized unity in diversity, one of the core principles of Pan-Africanism. Their collective influence spanned different regions, showcasing that the movement is not about uniformity, but rather the celebration of the rich cultures and experiences of the African continent. As they stood side by side, representing different corners of Africa, these speakers embodied the true essence of Pan-Africanism. It wasn't just a theoretical concept. It was a living, breathing force ready to drive change in a world that often emphasizes divisions. The lineup of speakers at the Pan-African Rally served as a powerful reminder that unity is Africa's greatest asset. Dr. Akura, Julius Malema, Professor P.L.O. Lumumba, and Peter Obi, the Avengers of Africa, showed people that when they come together, acknowledging and embracing their differences, they can overcome any challenge on the path to a united and empowered Africa. However, the president's actions threaten to disrupt it all. Ghana is currently grappling with numerous challenges, from the relentless blows of COVID-19 to economic downturns. Amidst this, there is a noticeable stirring among the youth, who see the Pan-African Rally as a catalyst for change. It could have been the stage to address pressing concerns such as unemployment, healthcare gaps, and infrastructure hurdles. President Nana Akufo-Addo's reluctance to fully engage with these issues sends ripples through the youth. Unemployment, like an unwelcome guest, has overstayed its welcome in Ghana. Armed with education and ambition, the youth find firmly shut doors in their job-seeking journey. The Pan-African Rally could have been the arena where solutions were crafted, transforming frustrations into opportunities for growth. Instead, it feels like these issues were brushed aside, leaving the youth to continue their search for answers. Healthcare deficiencies, another thorn in Ghana's side, also deserve the spotlight. The rally could have provided a forum to discuss strategies for improving healthcare access and quality. President Nana Akufo-Addo's hesitation to address these concerns directly reflects a reluctance to administer the necessary medicine for ailing systems. Infrastructure struggles, the silent disruptors of progress, also warranted attention in the rally's discourse. The rally could have been a platform to discuss strategies for overcoming these hurdles and advancing development. In conclusion, the lineup of leaders at the Pan-African Rally represented a powerful collective force ready to address the continent's challenges. However, President Nana Akufo-Addo's hesitations and reluctance to fully engage with pressing issues have dampened the potential impact of the rally. The youth, facing unemployment, healthcare gaps, and infrastructure struggles, are left searching for answers and solutions. The much-anticipated Pan-African Rally had the potential to serve as the charging station for fixing the systems necessary for progress. However, President Nana Akufo-Addo's sidestepping of critical infrastructural issues is akin to ignoring warning signs. The youth, who have awakened to the reality that their concerns cannot be merely echoed in an empty chamber, saw the rally as a beacon of hope, a chance to transform challenges into opportunities. President Nana Akufo-Addo's hesitation, intentional or not, sends a message that the youth's concerns may not be a priority on the national agenda. At a time when the youth are eager to be heard, the Pan-African rally could have been a harmonious symphony of voices addressing the nation's challenges. However, the president's hesitation has set the tone for growing discontent among the youth. This begs the question: does this indicate that Ghana is in serious trouble under such leadership? Ghana, often hailed as a shining example of democracy in Africa, appears to be caught in a double act. While it has earned international applause for its peaceful elections and seamless power transitions, the truth beneath this democratic facade tells a different story. The current leadership's failure to deliver on election promises has left the people questioning the authenticity of Ghana's democratic image. On the surface, Ghana's democratic credentials sparkle like polished gems. Peaceful elections and smooth transitions of power have become the stuff of legend, making the country a symbol of democracy in Africa. However, the current leadership, entrusted with steering the democracy, seems to have hit rough waters. Promises made during the election cycle, like a captivating prelude, set the stage for a brighter future. Yet, as time passes, these promises remain unfulfilled, disillusioning the audience, the Ghanaian people. Ghana's democratic image, once a treat for the eyes, is now under scrutiny as the people realize the reality of their leaders. The erosion of trust among the people is concerning. The hopelessness stemming from the leadership's failure to translate promises into tangible progress has shrouded the once pristine image of Ghanaian democracy. The people, especially the energized youth, expected more than mere rhetoric. They anticipated concrete actions to propel the nation forward. The inability to fulfill promises has not only eroded trust, but also widened the gap between the aspirations of the people and the actual state of affairs. The Ghanaian democracy, once held as a beacon of hope, is now grappling with the reality of unmet expectations. This shadow over the democratic landscape serves as a reminder that accountability is the cornerstone of a thriving democracy. In the grand world of democracy, the stage is set for accountability, transparency, and responsive governance. As the curtain falls on the disappointment of unmet expectations, the importance of fulfilling promises and addressing the concerns of the people becomes ever more crucial. Ghanaians are faced with a choice: to demand a return to the true spirit of democracy or to accept the current state of affairs as the new normal. The disappointment echoes loudly, but it can also serve as a cry for a commitment to the principles that make Ghana a beacon of democracy in the eyes of its people and the world. However, why did the president cancel such a rally? What bothered him about it? The cancellation of the Pan-African Convention in Ghana has brought attention to a larger issue: the hesitation of African leaders to confront internal criticisms. Dr. Arikana, a champion of purposeful leadership, emphasizes the urgent need for leaders to prioritize the well-being of their citizens over political posturing. But is the president genuine in his intentions, or is he merely playing a role? His actions suggest a disconnect between African people and their sentiments in the vibrant idea of pan-Africanism, where unity and empowerment are important. The cancellation of the convention feels like an attack on the essence of pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is a call for leaders to come to the table ready to address the issues that affect their citizens. Dr. Arikana's call for purposeful leadership serves as a reminder that leaders shouldn't just talk the talk on the global stage. They need to prove it with actions at home. Purposeful leadership is not about grand gestures or empty speeches. It's about actively solving problems. Dr. Arikana advocates for this type of leadership, one that prioritizes the needs of the people over political games. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is the president genuinely advocating for Pan-Africanism, or is he just a puppet in the political show? The cancellation of the convention raises eyebrows and suggests a reluctance to engage with internal criticisms. To truly connect with the sentiments of the African people, leaders need to be in tune with the challenges they face. Dr. Arikana's call is important, urging leaders to listen and respond to the needs of their citizens. The Council conventions are more than missed opportunities. They signify that leaders are falling short in showcasing their commitment to Pan-African ideals. Pan-Africanism is not a one-size-fits-all concept that leaders must wear with pride. Dr. Arikana's call for purposeful leadership allows leaders to step up. It's not about making appearances at international conferences. It's about garnering genuine support from the citizens who elected them into office. So will the silent Pan-Africanism that flows in every African's blood prevail? The cancellation of the Pan-African Convention may have halted the physical gathering, but it's like trying to stop a high-speed train with a feather. It's just not possible. Being champions of technology, the youth have taken the discussion online, turning this setback into a setup for a digital revolution. Social media platforms have become the new convention halls, and hashtags are the new rallying cries. The cancellation didn't silence people, it merely changed the venue. Efforts to stifle the discourse have backfired spectacularly. The attempt to silence Pan-African voices has sparked a digital uproar that transcends borders. The youth are not only angry, they are mobilizing, and they are doing it with the click of a button. The internet, the modern-day agora, has become the virtual stage for these passionate voices. From Accra to Nairobi, Cape Town to Cairo, the conversation isn't just surviving, it's thriving. The cancellation of the event was the catalyst that sparked curiosity, and now it has evolved into a wildfire of ideas, spreading rapidly in the digital realm. This goes beyond a mere convention. It's about the thirst for knowledge, change, and the desire to be heard. The cancellation didn't silence the dissent. It simply redirected it to a platform where hashtags trend louder than any politician's speech. In a world where information is highly valued, attempting to cut off the supply has only made it more valuable. The youth no longer rely on traditional channels. They have discovered a digital treasure trove. What's remarkable is the ripple effect. The cancellation wasn't a roadblock, it was a starting point. The initial shockwave spread across the continent and beyond. African diaspora communities worldwide picked up the digital baton, turning a Pan-African convention into a global dialogue. Political leaders should understand what happens when they cancel an event. Attempting to suppress these voices is like trying to hold back a tidal wave with a sandcastle. You might delay it, but you can't stop it. The youth have embraced the power of the internet, turning the cancellation into a lesson on resilience and adaptability. The wake-up call triggered by the cancellation of the Pan-African Convention has raised an important question: who is standing with the sentiment of the African people, and who has fallen short? The youth, now wide awake and digitally empowered, are scrutinizing leaders like never before. They are making it clear that there is no room for those who fail to fulfill their duties. A spotlight has been cast upon leaders after the cancelled event. The youth are no longer passive spectators. They are active participants demanding accountability from those in positions of power. Once comfortably installed in their roles, Ghana's presidents and leaders are now under the microscope. The youth are questioning whether they truly understand and align with the sentiments of the African people, or if they have become disconnected from the pulse of the nation. It's not just about holding a title, it's about carrying the aspirations and dreams of the people on your shoulders. The cancelled convention has become a test for leadership. Those who fail to address the concerns and desires of the youth find themselves on shaky ground. It's a digital referendum where silence or indifference is not an option. Leaders must now engage directly with the people, not just make promises in press conferences. The cancelled convention didn't just shift the conversation, it elevated the expectations placed on leaders. Those who align themselves with the sentiments of the African people find support in the online arena. Social media is no longer just a communication tool. It serves as a gauge of public sentiment. Conversely, leaders who neglect their duties and fail to address the concerns of the people find themselves isolated. The days of leaders relying on complacency are over. The youth have proven that they won't settle for leaders who are out of touch with the realities of the African people. Ultimately, this is a wake-up call not only for the youth, but also for leaders who must reassess their approach. The younger generation demands leaders who understand, engage, and actively work towards the betterment of their communities. The Cancel Convention may have been a setback, but it has become a stepping stone for a more vigilant and demanding generation that won't settle for leaders who neglect their duties. In the comments section, let us know if you think leaders who don't relate to Pan-Africans are insincere to Africa, and if they should be removed from their positions. Who has the potential to hold them accountable? Can the youth of Ghana make a difference?